Hello my Lynn N Things family and friends. Welcome on back to the channel, guys. It is Saturday, so y'all know what time that is. It is story time with Lynn, but it is also Vlogmas Day 10. Whoa, Vlogmas Day 10. Y'all, this month is really kind of flying by. I feel like we just started Vlogmas and we're already on day 10. Whoa. So with story time, y'all already know, if you've been here for story time, how this goes. But because it is a Vlogmas as well, I do want to get in my Advent calendar, find or our little prize of the day. And you guys know that we are alternating between the sock and the beauty. So today is sock day. So I will be picking a new sock. But I do want to welcome in all of my new subbies, all of my longtime Lynn loyals. Thank you guys so much for coming back for each and every video. My story time is a little bit laid back, it's subdued, so this is just time to relax, sit back, listen to the story, or you can play me in the background however you want to listen to this. So it's like not a lot going on because it's just like laid back, peaceful reading time. So I also like to set my ambiance, so I like to light a candle during this time. And y'all, I love the lemon verbena. I found another one, so I will be lighting this one. I have burned down the almond one. That one is so good. So my favorite with these Yardleys are the lemon verbena and the almond one. Absolutely love it. Every time I see these in Dollar Tree, I think I'm gonna pick one up. So I'm gonna light the candle, and then we're gonna pick our sock. Okay. Alrighty, guys. I got the candle all lit. So now let's open up our packet and let's get to our next sock. Ooh, today we have a blue sock. Totally different. I've been getting a lot of gray with the colors and things like that. So this is a simple turquoise sock with the polka dots. Love it, love it. And then I want to get the Grinch trivia question in the way and out the way, right? So our question for yesterday was, let me make sure, y'all. Let me see, hold on. Okay, guys, so the question was, the Grinch got the strength of how many Grinches? Blank, right? So the answer for that one, if you answered it yesterday, was the Grinch got the strength of 10 Grinches plus 2. Okay, guys, that's the answer for yesterday's question. Now, today's new trivia question, I'm sure everyone is going to get this answer. I'm just absolutely sure. It is an easy one. Is how many times, or how many times, like how much bigger did the Grinch's heart grow? A lot of you all should know this one. But let me know down in the comments how many or how much larger. It's like it's a number. How much larger did the Grinch's heart grow? Okay, guys, that's your Grinch trivia question for today. And now we're going to get into our reading. This is going to be the end of the book. I am going to the end of the book because, like I said, I am not reading the book in its entirety because we do want people to still purchase the book. But I just found her story so captivating that I had to share it. But this is the final chapter. So for those of you who have been hanging in there with me through this whole book, thank you so much. That's to Pammy Lynn, that is Taco Patty, Joanne, and you guys have really made story time so amazing. I have been loving your commentary, your thoughts, your memories, and things like that. I have absolutely been enjoying that. So I hope you guys enjoy the end of this reading. So we're gonna jump right in to our last chapter of Cicely Tyson as I Am. I'm probably gonna miss some of this, y'all. And you guys let me know if you would like story time to continue. If you think I should read, another book. I have so many books. If you enjoy story time and you think I should maybe try to find another book for you guys, I can do that because, like I said, I do have plenty of books. Y'all know I love my books. I love sharing. Okay, so the last. I'm sorry, I don't know why the words want to come to me. The last chapter of this book is titled The Name of the Book, Just As I Am. Okay, guys? She says, I never leave home without my cayenne pepper. I either stash it, a bottle of it, the liquid extract in my pocketbook, or I stick it in the shopping cart that I pull around with me all over Manhattan. When it comes to staying right side up in this world, a black woman needs at least three things. The first is a quiet spot of her own. Oh, do I totally agree. A place away from the nonsense. Agree again. The second is a stash of money, like cash that my mom had kept hidden in the slit of her mattress years ago. The last is several drops of cayenne pepper, always at the ready. Sprinkle that over your food before you eat, and it'll kill any lurking bacteria. Wow. The powder does the same trick, but I prefer the liquid because it hits the bloodstream quickly, particularly when eating out. I won't touch a morsel to my lips till it is sprinkled with cayenne. Oh, wow. Now that is funny to know about her. The way I see it, I'm still here because God isn't finished with me. And when I've completed my job, He'll take me. Until then, I've got plenty to do. I glimpse my purpose every time I'm in the presence of my darling daughter, whom I see frequently. Joan and I continue to work on our relationship, as fragile as it is precious. And even as I write of her in my story, I leave space for her to one day share her own. I see my purpose in the faces of my students. I also recognize it in my characters, in their heartaches and victories. I am the sum total of the woman I've portrayed. Each has endowed me with an invaluable gift. From Rebecca, I learned grace. From Jane, I learned determination. From Coretta, Harriet, Benta, and others, I borrowed courage. That these black women were able to survive what they did in the manner in which they did has allowed me to believe that I, too, can hold steady. My existence is tied up in theirs. My remaining purpose is also connected to this surreal season in our world. I'm here, as we all are, to meet this moment. Like you, I can feel the times shifting even as we're standing in them. Can sense history stirring and moaning. I've lived through 16 presidents, witnessed movements come and go. Seldom have I felt so strongly that our nation is at a turning point. For years I have been quietly concerned that my generation, the one led by Dr. King, gave our young people too much. It seemed they had little idea about the price that had been paid for them to vote, to attend integrated schools, to improve their prospects through their higher education, to drink from any water fountain. When we're fighting for civil rights, we did so with the hope that our children would never have to suffer the humiliations that we endured. We wanted to free them to use all their talents to further lift themselves. Over this past year, my worry has been allayed. I am heartened by the response from our young people, by how they've risen up in mass to demand more, by how they've organized to make our voices heard at the ballot box. They are impassioned and knowledgeable and fierce. They are linking arms with those who want to join us on the front lines. And to my delight, they are taking on Dr. King's mantle and soldiering forward. Sit down here and let me talk to you, my mother used to say to me when she wanted to get my attention. If I heard that sentence, I knew she was about to speak some sense to me, as she did on that day when she told me, despondent after an audition, "What's for you in this life, you will get. And what is not for you, you will never get." Do you hear me? I did hear her, and that wisdom has valued me through the decades. It is in my mother's name, in her spirit and memory, that I ask black women to gather round. Sit down here, let me talk to you. Just us. I often ponder what has happened to us as a people. I know the overreaching plot line. I understand that our existence stretches back to the Nile River Valley, where our ancestors erected vast kingdoms, advanced civilizations the Europeans wrenched from our plans. And make no mistake, my dear children, whether or not we recognize it, you and I were born into a legacy of trauma. Just as surely as we've inherited our foreparents' resilience, the wound festering for centuries more frequently in appearance. It has traveled through the woods and the swamps, navigated in darkness from the south to the north, and presented itself right here in the present. Upon arrival, it looked a whole lot like fortitude, which it is, but beneath that brave face is another, one bruised and ailing, bloodied by the indignities of the journey. That wound, in our times now, manifests as self-injury. It shows up in behaviors, conscious and unconscious, that demean us. It appears in the form of sharp-tongued mothers more apt to take up their switches than to display tenderness toward their youngins. It rises to the surface as hypertension and anxiety and depression. It looks like Miles Davis trying to deaden a lifetime of agony with a cocaine high. It has revealed itself in my life over and over, priming me to tolerate an abuse so achingly familiar in both my own story and that of my mother. No amount of black girl magic, no repeated proclamations of our worth can fully treat the wound, although acknowledging its persistence is a beginning. The ultimate remedy, as I see it, is supernatural. I look daily toward heaven for restoration, for spiritual healing, for my true identity isn't rooted in our history. Grievous and glorious as it is grounded in my designation as a child of God, the daughter of the great physician. In his care, I find my cure. My hope for you is the same one I carry for myself. I pray, amid the heartache of our ancestry, you can grant yourself the grace so seldom extended to us. I pray that you can pass that compassion on to your children and to their children so that it slathers comfort on our sore spots. I pray that as a people we can give ourselves a soft place to land. I pray even as we highly express our fury at being regarded as subhuman, that we don't dwell in that space, that we don't allow anger to poison our spirits, that we embrace love as our one true antidote. I hope, too, that you recognize your specialness, the distinctiveness the Creator has imbued us with. I see you as clearly as history has, and in unison with it, I nod. I know that swivel in your hips, that fervor in your testimony, that ambulance in your stride, that flair in your song, the fact that others are constantly trying to diminish you, ever attempting to dismiss your talents even as they mimic them, is proof of your uniqueness. No one bothers to undermine you unless they recognize your brilliance. More than anything, I pray that you can carve out a purpose for yourself, a calling beyond your own survival, a sweet offering to the world. You gain a life by giving yours away. Not everyone is meant to raise a picket sign, and yet each of us can choose a path of impact. Rearing your children with affection and warmth is a form of activism. Honoring your word impeccably is a way to raise your voice. Performing your job with excellence, with your chin high and your standards higher, is as powerful as any protest march. Sowing into the lives of young people is a worthy crusade. That is what it means to leave this world of ours more lit up than what we found it. It's also what it means to lead a magnificent life, even if an unlikely one. The Father has a way of choosing the flawed to attempt what many deem improbable. My journey upon the stage and every moment in between is a testament to the mystery of God's choosing. Here in my twilight years, as my Christmas tree towers and glistens, folks are always asking me what legacy I want to leave, what roots beneath my soil I most hope will outlive me. I want to go home knowing that I loved generously, even imperfectly. I want to feel as if I had embodied our humanity so fully that it made us laugh and weep, that it reminded us of our shared frailties. I want to be recalled as one who squared my shoulders in the service of black women, as one who made us walk taller and envision greater for ourselves. I want to know that I did the very best that I could with what God gave me, just as I am. Whoa, 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 y'all. This last chapter blew me away. It just really embodies who I feel like I am in a way. We all have our different ways to help others and our different ways to strengthen one another. I love that she is speaking, yes, to black women, but this is also to all women. This is to all people, where we need to be able to lift one another up and not tear one another down. And I'm all about that. So this has been a treasure sharing this book with you guys. Like I said, I did not read it in its entirety, but I did hit, a lot of important points, and I hope you guys have enjoyed her story. It is an amazing story. Again, if you like this content, and again, let me know if you would like me to find another book and keep story time going. I'll try to find another book, but that one, y'all, I had to share. Her story is just amazing from beginning to end. She was such a wonderful, uplifting woman of God, I have to say. Thank you guys so much for listening. I think that's everything for today. So happy Vlogmas Day 10, and I hope to catch you guys tomorrow. Have a good evening, guys.